session I'm introducing the unit 2. So the name of the unit 2 is activities, fragments and intents. In this unit we have to learn about the three different things. So what are the three different things are nothing but activities, fragments and intents. So when you are seeing what is an activity. So what is an activity is nothing but, so when you are using any application, the window which will appear on your screen is called it as one activity. So as like that, in your application is consisting of a more than one activity. When you are considering any application, the application is a collection of activities. That means different user interfaces, different window screens are to be appeared on this application. So that's why the activities are to be presented in the application. So one application is a combination of activities. So the next one is fragments. So what is this fragment? So when you are seeing the fragment is nothing but it is a miniature of activities. As the definition says that it is a miniature of activities. So what is this? Why it is called as miniature of activity? So your activity is to be like this. Your activity, that means whatever the window you are appeared when you are opening of your application is called as one user interface. So that's why this is called as one activity. So your activity, the components are to be presented in this space. The components are to be presented in this space or not being completed. So the activities or the components are presented in this activity are to be only allocated to some particular part of your activity. So what about the remaining space? The remaining half of the space is to be wasted. So that's why we are moving to as, so the activity is consisting of a different fragments. That means the activity entire space is to be partitioned. So that's why this partition space is called as fragment. This partitioning of this space is called as one fragment. So when you are going with the one activity, so the one activity is consisting of different fragments. So activity is nothing but whatever the window when your application is to be opened or accessed. But this activity space is not being used by all the components. So some of this space is to be wasted. So at that situation, to reduce our space, we have to move to the concept of fragment. The fragment is nothing but a miniature of activities. That means we have to partition the activity space. So the fragments, the collection of fragments is to be completed, is done in the fragment form, is to be in a activity, So the next one is intent. So what is the meaning of the intent? Is nothing but it is a glue. It is a glue of activities. It is a glue of activities. Why it is called as glue of activities? It is nothing but the activities are to be presented in your application or collection of activities. That means more than one activity are to be presented in your application. But how we have to pass to one activity to another activity? So for example, I am considering one application. So the one application is having two different activities. One application is our example. So in this one example, how we have to pass to the one activity and two activities are to be presented. So I want to transfer the information from one activity to another activity. Or whenever you are clicking on this button, it will be moved to the second activity. How this one is to be possible? The interconnection between the activities is to be done by using a concept as intent. Okay, so the activity is whatever to be presented in your application. That means 1, 2 and more than one activities are to be presented in your application. But how these are to be interconnected, or how it is to be interconnection is to be established by using a concept as intent. So this is your second unit. We learn with the three different topics as activities, fragments and intents. What is an activity? It is nothing but one of the window. So your application will contain more number of activities. How these more number of activities interconnection is to be possible by using a concept as intent. But what about the fragment? The fragment is nothing but a miniature of activities. That means your partitioning of your entire activity space is to be called it as fragments. This is the second unit, introduction. So go with the concept. So these are the different topics introduced in this second unit. So go with the one by one. First topic is understanding of activity. So in this understanding of activity, what is the meaning of understanding of activity is nothing but, first of all we have to know about the definition of the activity. So what is the definition of the activity and what are the different life cycles have to be presented in your activity? So in this concept we have to know about the basic concepts regarding your activity, how the activity is to be added to your design, or how the components are added to your activity. So in this way different topics are learned in this understanding of activity. Next one is linking of activities using intent. So the intent main purpose is it is a interconnection. It is a interconnection between the activities, how it is to be possible. So that means we have to link one activity to another activity by using a concept as intent. And next one is fragments. So the activity space is to be partitioned, so that is called as fragments. So how these fragments have to be created. And next one is calling built-in applications using a intent. Calling built-in applications using a intent means we are already having a built-in applications like map, browser or mobile, so phone, contacts. So these are built-in applications are already available in your mobile. But from our application, from the new application how we have to call the already existing built-in applications. So by using a concept as intent. So for the interconnection between the applications also we have to use the concept as intent. How we have to call the built-in applications by creating a new application. So in that applications we have to use the intent concept. These are the four different things we have to learn in this second unit. First thing is understanding of activities, linking of activities by using a intents, and third one is fragments, and fourth one is calling a built-in applications using a intent. So go with the first topic. So understanding of activities. So what is this understanding of activities? So how we have to understand about the activities. So the activities is having a different things. While we learn the activities, it is having a different things as life cycle of an activity. So what is the life cycle of an activity? When you are opening any application, it opens you one of the activity. So from the existing state of your activity to from the destroyed state of your activity. So different stages are to be presented. From the activity it will appear, that means it will be displayed to the user, to from it will be destroyed, that means it is to be disabled. So from the disabled positions also it is having a responsibility of different states or to be presented in your activity life cycle. Next one is applying a styles and themes to an activity. So your activity is to be like this. So your activity is to be like this. But in this activity we are adding a different component. But so your activity space is to be only allocated to this part. I want to, so some particular position I want to mention the activity. So at that situation also we are requiring a different styles and different themes to an activity, or otherwise the theme of an activity is to be a, so I am applying a tulip image. The theme of the activity is in a, the theme of an activity is to be in a tulip. So that means some particular images, some particular themes are added to your activity. How it is to be possible, that is your second concept. And third one is hiding the activity type. Each and every application or every activity is having a one of the title. this is my activity. So this is the title of our activity. This is the title of our activity. But how this title will be hidden? That means the title will be disabled. So that is a concept we discussed in the third one. And next one is displaying a dialog window. So what is this dialog window? When you want to restrict the user or when you want to give any warning messages, we have to display some small window in your application. So for example, when you are opening any application, so the activity space is to be like this. But in this, I want to display one dialog. So what is the dialog? Closing of application. Do you want to close this application? This is my dialog box. How the warning message of your window is to be appeared. So that thing is to be displayed in a dialog window. And the next one is displaying a progress dialog. Displaying a dialog and displaying a progress dialog. These two are also to be a type of one of the dialog boxes. But the progress dialog is nothing but it will shows the progress of your work or the progress of the task. Along with the message, it will shows you along with the progress of the message. So I want to display one of the progress is downloading. So my window is displaying a dialog with the option is download. It will display like this. So some line is to be presented along with the filling option. So what is that? So it will display with the percentage. 30% downloading is completed. The process is to be going on, but along with this process, it will state the progress of the work. It will state the progress of the work is also to be displayed. So that is to be discussed in the fifth concept is the progress dialog. So these are all comes under the concept only first concept, that is understanding of activities. When you are seeing your activity space, so the activity is going with the different life cycle methods. So what are the different life cycle stages are to be presented in your activity is to be discussed. So in the second concept, we are using applying styles and themes to an activity. So how the activity space is to be applied with different themes and different font styles. So that will be arranged in a learn from the topic 2. And next one is hiding the activity title. So each and every activity is having some of the title. How to hide those title of your activity is to be learned from the third concept and displaying a dialog window. So when you want to give alert messages or when you want to give a warning messages, so different messages are to be represented by using a dialog windows of your activity. And the next one is progress dialog. Progress dialog is also one of the dialog box, but in this we have to know about the status of the work. So what is the progress status? So that means 30% is downloading or 30% uploading is to be completed. So in this way the progress is to be displayed in this progress dialog. So these are the 5 topics are covered in the first topic as understanding of activities. So let us go with the one by one topics. So the first one is in this understanding of activities. The first concept is life cycle of an activity. So before learning life cycle of an activity, we have to know about what is an activity. So when you are seeing what is an activity, the activity is nothing but a window that contains the user interface of an application. So whatever the application you have created, so at that your window is to be appeared. Each and every application is contains one window. So that consisting of a user interface. So the window that contains the user interface design of your application. So the example for this one is, so this is our window. I am using this is one of the window. So the window that contains the user interface. So what is this user interface is nothing but, so what is the components are added to your design. So when you are seeing login form, so what is the user interface design? When you are using login form, what is the user interface design? So the user interface design is nothing but username and password. After that it is having a submit button or otherwise register. The first one is submit button and the other one is register. So after pressing a submit button, After pressing a submit button, it is move on to another window. It is move on to another window. So this window user interface will be different. So what is this window user interface is to be different. So after the login into some of the website, it is having a description of, so what is www. I am searching the www. So or otherwise it is having a list of subjects DLD, DS, Java. So in this way the user interface is to be created after the login into some of the website. That means some of the application you are having a user interface is to be like this. So the window that contains a user interface. This is also a one of the window and this is also a one of the window which are having a different user interfaces. So that's why of an application. So these two are related to the same application. So but this one is to be called as first activity and this one is to be called as second activity. So the activity or the application will contain more number of activities. So next one is application can contain 0 or more activities as we have discussed. So the application will be implemented with a collection of activities. It is not being implemented with one activity. The main purpose is to interact with the user. So when you are considering the previous example as login form, so it will ask the details or it will collect the details of username and password. So at that situation the user has to interact with that window. The user has to interact with that activity. So how the interaction is to be provided? So the interaction is to be provided with the username. So the user has to type the username as So some of the username as Sal. Okay, the user has to enter this one. This is not been developed by the people. The development is only like this. It will ask to collect the details as username, but this one is to be provided by the user. So that means the user interaction is to be provided in this activity. So this is the activity is nothing but the window or the user interface design. The window is to be contains a user interface design is to be called as activity, but the application is consisting of more number of activities. And what is the main use of this activity? Providing of interaction with the user, with the application. And the next one is life cycle. So activity is to be presented. The each and every activity is having a different life cycle. So why we need to go with this life cycle? So the life cycle is nothing but the stages of an activity. It is the stages of an activity goes through from the moment it appears on the screen to the moment it's hidden. So in which state? So the life cycle will be starts whenever the moment it appears on the screen. So whenever it will appear on the screen, the life cycle will be starts. So at which place it will be ended? From the moment it's hidden from the screen. So the application, whatever the application or the activity is to be, the moment it appear on the screen to it will be hidden. So from in between those stages, it is having a different number of life cycle stages are to be presented. So the life cycle is nothing but the number of stages. So but these stages will be starts whenever the activity will be appear on the screen to the moment it will be hidden. So creating your activity. So how we have to create one activity? So before we have to design the user interface, first of all we have to create the user in the activity. This is our activity. How this activity is to be created? So this activity is to be created by extending the Java activity base class. As we are already discussed that all the things are to be provided with the application framework. We just import the classes corresponding according to that one and modify based on the code. So in the same way, we have to create the activities. So the activity is to be created by using a first importing the activity manager class. We have to import the activity manager class. After that, we have to modify that one. So each and every activity is a sub activity of that one. So that's why we have to create the activity 101. So which extends the activity class. So public class activity is the class name, but this activity will extend the already available activity. Already available activity is to be extended. The activity class loads the user interface components of the XML defined in the layout file. So whenever you are writing like this is the way we have to create the activity. So the first thing is we have to create any activity, we have to go with the Java file. So the Java file mainly consisting of the import classes and the public method, public static void main. Yes, sir. So in the same way, first of all we have to import the different classes. So from that importing of different classes, the main thing we are requiring is importing of activity. So whenever we are importing, so we have to go with creation of activity, public class activity which extends the activity class. So to design the user interface, we are requiring two different files, XML and Java. To create any application, mainly it will contain different files, but we are requiring mainly these two files. So this XML is used for the user interface design, but this one is to be actions provided. So the user interface design, we are requiring a XML file. That XML file is to be presented in a Eclipse IDE. So what is this Eclipse IDE? Eclipse IDE provided a directory structure for the different files. So that's why these XML files are to be presented in a resource folder. RES is a short form of resource folder. In that resource folder, different XML files are to be presented. And declaring a activities. In this way, we have to declare the activities in the Android manifest file is to be the one of the file. So within this manifest file, we have to declare the activities. So to declare activities, we have to write like this. First one is segment. So first of all, we have to open the activity. So within the open of these activities, we have to provide a different properties. So first property is label and name. So label and name of this activity. So within that one, we have to mention any of the corresponding activities. So in this, they are using a intent filter. So the only one. First of all, we have to declare an activity within these two things. This is the opening of activity. This is the closing of activities. So the name of your activity is to be provided along with the label and name of the two main properties of your activity. So in this way, the declaration of the activities are to be presented. First of all, we have to go with the creation of the Java file and then so activity based class for the life cycle of an activity. The life cycle of an activity is mainly consisting of the 7 different methods. So what are the 7 different methods? Are nothing but on create, on start, on resume, on first, on stop, on destroy and on restart. So these are the 7 methods in this activity life cycle. So the life cycle is normally consisting of the 7 different states or 7 different methods. So let us go with the one by one. On create. So in which state on create is to be called? So the on create is one of the method of the life cycle. It is called when the activity is first created. So in your application, your activity is firstly created. So at this situation is to be called as on create. So on create is also to be called as something like this. So you are having an icon of like this. You are having a icon as double. So WhatsApp application. My application icon is to be like this. So whenever you are double clicking on that, application, that means you are trying to open this application. That means the application is to be firstly created. The application is to be firstly created. So at this situation, it will call a. That means your application is to be opened. So at this situation, it will call a on create method. So whenever the activity is to be first created, so at this situation, it will call a on create method in your. So next method is on start. is this onStart method? The onStart method is called when the activity becomes visible to the user. The onStart method is called when the activity is to be visible to the user. That means your activity is to be like this. Your activity is to be like this. This onStart method is to be called whenever visible to the user. That means username. Your application contains a different thing, password. So at this situation, that means the window of the user interface is to be seen by the user. At that situation, it is called a onStart method. OnStart method is to be called. The next one is onResume. Is called when the activity interacting with the user. So onResume is to be called whenever the interaction is to be provided. So for example, your activity is to be like this. Your activity is to be like this. But at that situation also resume is not called. Your activity is having a user interface like username, password. So the user interface will be appeared. So at that situation also the resume is not called. In which situation the resume is to be invoked? So whenever you are typing the information as Sally, the user wants to type the information in this empty field. In this empty field, the user wants to type the information. That means with this application or with this activity, the user has to interact with that one. So at that situation, the resume method is to be invoked. So we are discussing three methods. The first one is onCreate. So onCreate is nothing but whenever you are having an application, it is to be double clicked. So at that start, it will call onCreate. So onStart is nothing but the components will be appear on that screen. onStart. So when you are seeing this one up to now, onCreate, onStart and onResume. So these three methods are to be called whenever this application is to be opened and it is having to display the context and user want to type the information. So when you want to enter any information in that activity, it will call the directly three methods: onCreate, onStart and onResume. And the next method is onPulse. So onPulse is called whenever the current activity is being pulsed and the previous activity is being resumed. So when you are considering this one, the same thing. So that means you are double clicking on the WhatsApp application or you are double clicking on your application, it will open some of the user interface. But at that situation, what is this current activity? So the username. So this is your current activity at present position. That means you are typing some of the information like username and password. So you are opening up one application and typing in some information. At this situation, the current activity is to be there. But when the current activity is being buzzed, that means you are not using with this activity. You are not using this current activity and the previous activity is being resumed. The previous activity is being resumed means before this application, before the opening of this application, you are going with the opening of you are going with one of the application is Facebook. You are going with one of the application as Facebook. That means you are posting something in the Facebook. Before logging to this application, you are having a posting of this application. So your current activity is not being used at this time. You are move on to this activity. You are move on to this previous activity. So at that situation, it is called the onPulse method. So the onPulse method is nothing but you are not interacting with the present application. You are interacting with the previous application. You are interacting with the previous application. So at that situation, the current activity, that means this activity is in a resume state. Why it is? The user provides a interaction. The second activity is to be in a resume state. But in which activity is to be in a pulse state? The first activity is in a pulse state is to be there. That means we are not interacting with this activity. onStop. So onStop is called when the activity is no longer visible. So when you are pressing A, application data, but you are not interacting with this activity. You are not. So that means you are not giving any information in these fields, or you are not pressing any information like submit button or any other things. You are just, this activity will not be visible to the user. That means you are using with the another thing. So at this situation, we will call say on stop method. The activity is no longer visible to the user. It is having a on stop method. On destroy. So what is this on destroy? It is called before the activity is destroyed by the system. That means before the closing, before the shutdowning of your application, it is called this on destroy method. So before the activity is destroyed by the system, that means before the closing of your application, it will call this on destroy method. That means you are properly closing of your application. That means you are pressing a back button of the application of your activity. It is called this on destroy method. So on restart. So up to now all the 6 methods are completed. The 7th method is on restart. So what is the use of this on restart is called whenever the activity has been stopped and restarted. So that means you are presently not using this application for the some time. You are not presently using this activity for the some time. After some time, you are again go back to this activity. So that means you are opening a login form and but you are not using that login form. You are opening a login form, but you are not entering the details, or you are not interacting with that application. So at that situation, it is wait for some time and again you move on to same application. It is called this restart method. So the example for this restart is like this. You are presently having one of the application as login form, as we are already said from the starting, username and password, but you are not closing this application. That means you are not completely closed this application. You are move on to the FB application. So posted some messages, posted some posts in these FB messages in this FB application. So again after some time, after completion of your Facebook work, you are working with the Facebook, you are again move on to this application. You are again move on to the first application. You are again from the second one, you are move on to the first. So in this situation, it is called this on restart method. So if your activity is to be closed, that means your login form is to be there. That means your first application. But in that first application, you are properly closed. That means you are pressing a back button. That means closing of application is to be performed. So at this situation, it will not call the restart method. Your application is to be background running. You move on to the second application. Again, go back to the first one. That means some particular amount of time, this application will be waiting position. Some amount of time, this one is to be in a waiting position. After completion of your work with the second activity, you move on to the again first activity. So at that situation, it will restart your work on this activity. So at that time, it will call this on restart method. So these are the totally 7 different methods are executed in this life cycle or presented in this life cycle phases. So this is a main important thing, activity life cycle. So your activity is to be presented. It will goes to the 7 different stages. But in which state it will cause the 7 different methods. So that one is the activity life cycle. How the life cycle of an activity is to be presented. So when you are seeing this one, so the first one is activity launched. The first thing is activity launched. That means you are opening up your application. You are just launched the application. At this situation, it will call the 3 methods. So what are the 3 methods? On create, on start, and on restart. What is the meaning of these 3 methods? The first one is whenever the activity is to be created. And the second one is the user interface design will be displayed to the user. And the third one is on resume is it will provide interaction with the user. So that's why whenever your activity is launched, it will call these three methods automatically. So after that, which position the activity goes to? Activity is in running state. That means when we want to type the any information, when we want to type the any calculations. So that means we want to perform something, that the user instruction will be provided. So your activity is in a running state. So in this running state, I want to go with the on pause state. So these three methods will cover whenever the activity is launched. So what is the fourth method is on pause. So on pause means if you are not using the present application, you are move on to another activity. That means the current activity will be wait for some time. So see this one. Another activity comes into. So in this we have to know about the first thing is what is foreground and what is background. So your application is to be presented in this phase. That means your mobile. So your activity is to be in a foreground state. What is the background? So you are not closing this application. You are not closing this application, but you are using another application. That means you are pressing a home button. So at that situation, this application will be running in the background. So activity is in present is running state, but from the running state, we have to go with the on pause method. That means another activity becomes into a foreground. Another activity comes into a foreground. That means the present activity will be in the background state. So at that situation, it will call a on pause method. The activity is no longer visible. On pause is called, okay, that means it will possess your present activity, but your present application is no longer visible. That means some large amount of time it is not visible to the user. So at this situation, it will call a on stop method. And the next one is the activity is finished or being destroyed by the system. So if you are having a on stop state, so what is the meaning? You are using a second activity. You are not using a first activity. So it is having some large amount of time. So at that situation, the system feels that the user is no need of the using the first activity. So at that situation, it is to be finished. So at that situation, it will call a on destroy method. So activity is to be shut down. That means activity is to be in a closed whenever it will call a destroy method. So totally these are the 6 methods are to be covered. So first one is whenever you are opening of your activity, it will automatically calls the 3 methods on create, on start and on resume. But what about the on pause, on stop and on destroy? So whenever you are just pressing a back button of your application, that means you are closing your activity. Whenever you are pressing a back button of your activity, that means you are closing that activity. So at that situation, it will automatically calls the 3 methods. But if you are move on to the second application, if you are move on to the second activity, at that situation also it will call the first thing is on pause. That means it will pause your activity. It will stop the present activity for the some time, pausing of your activity. And on stop means if the process is, that means if your second one is to be running, the first one is not used by the longer time. So at that situation it will call say on stop. If memory requirement or the system having any changes, it is having to call the destroy method. So your activity is to be in a shutdown state. So what is this one? So all these 6 methods are covered, but what about the 7th one? The 7th one is a on restart method. In which state on restart is to be called? So when you are observing on stop, that means your activity is not visible by the longer time. Your activity is not visible by the longer time. So after the some longer time is to be waited for your first activity. So after that it will again navigates to the first activity. So again navigates to the first login form. So at that situation it will call a on restart method. So whenever you have to again move back to your first activity, it will call a on restart method. So next one is, so apps with a high priority need a memory. The user navigates to on create. So your activity is moving no longer visible. So that means you are not going with the processing of the first activity. So at that situation, there is a two types of things. The first one is it will be destroyed by the system. That means it will be destroyed by the user, or it is having a high amount of memory is to be required. So any applications are having needing of memory is to be there. So at that situation, the app process is to be killed and user navigates to the onCreate method. So these are the 7 different methods involved in the activity. Let's see. So let us see the one by one method application. So the activity is to be launched. That means your application is to be opened. Your activity is to be opened. It will follow the 3 methods. And your activity is in a running state. So after running of your application, if you are properly closing your activity, it will follow all the 3 methods: pause, stop, and destroy. But if you are not closing this application properly, that means you are in a running state. So, but you are not using this application. You are not using this activity. So, at that situation, it will, if you are using another activity. So, the first activity will be in a pause state. If the usage is only for the few amount of time, it is not called the on-stop method. If it is a longer amount of time, it will call the on-stop method, and destroy is to be called, and then activity is to be in a shutdown. That means it will be closes. And in which state on restart is to be started. So if you are in a on-stop state, but again you are moved back to the same activity. That means after some time you are moving to the first activity. At this situation, it will cause a on start method. It will not go into the on restart. That means the activity is already created. It will move on to the on start on different things. So let us, for the simplicity, we have to say it again. Activity is to be launched. So I will explain with one of the example. If you are seeing like this is the application icon. This is the application icon. Whenever you are double clicking on that, so your application is to be like this. This is your first activity. The example for this one, you are opening of this application. It will call create, start, resume. 3 methods are to be called whenever you are double clicking on that application. When you are pressing a back button, so in the bottom there are the different buttons are to be there. Yes or no? In your phone screen also, home button, last opened applications, and back button. 3 buttons are to be present. So whenever you are opening of your application icon, so that means this is the icon of your application. You are opening this one. So this is your first activity. This is your first activity. So at this situation, it will call 3 different methods: create, start, and resume. So what is the 3 things or usage? Create is your activity is to be launched, and start is your active user interface will be displayed, and resume means your activity is to be in provides a user interaction. So whenever you are seeing at the bottom, it is having a 3 options like this. So what are the 3 options? Pressing a back button, pressing the home button, and opening of recent applications are to be there. Each and everything is to be having a mobile screen is to be having a these 3 navigation bar is to be there. So when you are pressing a back button of the up activity, when you are selecting this one, it will call the different methods as like this. So what are the 3 different methods? 3 different methods: on pause, on stop, on pause, on stop, and on destroy. On pause, on stop, and on destroy. 3 different methods are to be presented when you are closing it properly. But so what is the meaning? It is not going with the interaction of users. It will wait for some time. On stop means closes the, it is not visible to the user. On destroy means it will shut down your activity. These are the proper way when you are closing your application. But I want to know about the on restart method. 6 methods are to be covered. But what is the second situation? This is the first situation. Situation 1. So that means your opening of your application and closing it in a properly. 6 methods are to be complete. But the second situation. So second situation is to be like this. Again you are having a user interface is to be opened. So opening of your user interface will cause create, start and resume. Create, start and resume methods are to be called. But at this situation, in the first situation you are pressing a back button. But in this situation you are pressing this home button. You are pressing the home button. So what is this home button meaning? Your application will be running in the background. Your application will be running in the background. Or your activity, that means activity 1 will be not being closed by the user. This one will be running in the background. So at that situation, it will calls. So what are the different calling methods? So your first activity will calls on pulse, on stop. On pulse and on stop. That means it will pulse your activity for some time. And this one is not being visible by the user. That's why it will call on stop. Only 2 methods. It will not cause this on destroy method. It will not method. It will only cause pulse and stop methods. Pulse and stop methods are to be called. So after, so that means your application will be running in the background. But your activity, that means second activity is in the foreground. At this situation, what are the life cycle methods of this one? Create, start and resume. Create, start and resume. You move on to first activity to second activity by pressing a home button. It will cause pause and stop. Only 2 methods. But I want to again go back to this one. That means again move on to second activity to first activity. So at this situation, what are the methods or what is the position? I want to restart the activity of 1. I want to restart the activity 1 from the activity 2. Again move back to this one. So at this situation, it will calls, what are the different methods? Restart your application. So that's why it will call restarting of the application. Restart the application. Okay. But the user interface will be displayed to the user. So that's why it will call start and we have to provide the interconnect. We have to provide the interaction with the activity. So that's why it will call restart, start and resume. Restart, start and resume. After completion of this one, that means we have provided any information with this activity. So we are properly closing the application. Again pressing a back button, we are having a calling of pulse, stop and restart methods are to be called. So in this way the restart method will be invoked. So that means your activity is to be foreground. Your activity is to be in a background and second activity you are moving to the second activity. So at that situation these two are to be called. So again move back to second activity to first activity. At that situation it will restart your application. It starts your activity and start and resume for displaying user interface for providing interaction with the user. It will call these 3 methods. So after completion of closing it will call directly pulse, stop and restart. But in this situation some problem is to be there. So what is the problem? If you are in the same thing but for long time, that means so some particular amount of large amount of time you are not moving to second activity to first activity. That means you are in this state only. You are move on to first activity to second activity, but some large amount of time is to be taken. After that also you are not required or you are not moving to second activity to first activity. So at this situation, the system will directly ask the users, do you want to close this first activity? So the system is having any requirements of the sources or any requirement of the memory. So it will require any memory. So at that situation it will ask by using a dialog box. Do you want to close the first activity? You are working with the second activity. So it will display you some dialog like, do you want to close the first activity? Or this is the one situation. What is the second situation? It will directly close this first activity. If you are not interacting with your first activity, so at that situation there is a two cases. The first case is it will wait for some time and displaying a dialog to the or displaying a warning message to the user. Do you want to close this application or do you want to close this activity? Okay. Or otherwise, what is the second situation? The system will automatically close this activity. That means destroy this activity directly. These are the two situations have to be done. So whenever it will be not been invoked by the user at the long time, so the system is requiring any applications are requiring a memory. So any applications requiring a memory with a high priority. This is the situation. Any applications requiring a high priority memory, at that situation, the system will automatically kill this activity. So kills the activity. That means it will destroy the activity and navigates to this one. So why navigates to this one? Again, we want to launch the activity. The application will be, the activity will be closed. These are the different situations of the activity life cycle. So this is a activity life cycle. If you are properly open, create, start, resume. If you are closing it properly, that means pressing a back button, it will call the remaining three methods: first, stop, and destroy. But if you are not closing the activity, if you move on to another activity, that means the present activity is to be running in a background. So at that situation, it will call pause and stop. And next one is again move back to second activity to first activity. It will call restart the application, restart the activity, start and resume. But if you are not in this state, that means if you are not move on to second activity to first activity, so at that situation, it will ask or the system which is requires a high priority memory. The system whenever it needs a high priority memory or the applications are to be required the high priority memory. At that situation, your first activity will be directly closed by the system, or it will give you a warning message with a dialog window as, do you want to close this application or do you want to close this activity? Okay. So this is the life cycle. Okay. So what are the key points in this session? So activities, life cycle, stages. So when you are seeing activity is nothing but a window which contains the user interface design is called as one activity. So each and every application is consisting of the more than one activity. And life cycle stages are, there exist 7 different stages as create, start, resume, on start, on create, on start, on resume, on pause, on stop, on destroy, on restart. So these are the 7 different life cycle stages of the presented. So assignment 1 for the understanding of activity, first concept is over. So what is an activity? The first question. And the second one is explain the life cycle of an activity. So the life cycle of an activity is nothing but in how when you are opening up your application, what are the different methods are to be executed, how the life cycle is to be move on when you are using a activity. That one is your second topic, second question. And draw the activity life cycle. So